Welcome to the DL, the podcast show that talks about everything to do with truck repair and diagnostics for the heavy truck and construction industry. I am your host, Tyler Robertson, CEO and founder of Diesel Laptops. Welcome to the DL. I am your host, Tyler Robertson, the CEO and founder of Diesel Laptops. This is our very first show, so I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what this show is, what we're doing, and what you can expect from it. First of all, we will be doing this via podcast, but we're also recording it on video as well. So you can easily follow us on YouTube. You'll be seeing this on our website and across various social media platforms as well. So first of all, who is Diesel Laptops? What do we do? Who am I? All very good questions. And if you're watching the video portion, you'll probably see some scenes of Jeff Celentano sitting next to me. So Jeff is one of our subject matter experts here at Diesel Laptops. So we're going to be talking about that and what we do in this episodes. And that's one of the things we will be doing is interviewing a lot of people. We'll be interviewing our own employees. We have a lot of great, talented employees here at Diesel Laptops that do a variety of things behind the scenes that you never get to meet or see or know of. You'll be introduced to those people. We'll be interviewing strategic suppliers, customers, vendors, everyone that's working with us in the industry. This entire show is not just about Diesel Laptops. You're going to be learning plenty about what we do here at Diesel Laptops. I think more importantly, you're going to learn why we're doing those things. And the why, I think, is really the more important thing. And that's really to help save you time and money. We're really an shop efficiency company, so to speak. And we're out there to provide you tools and services and products to save you time. If we can't save you time and money, you probably shouldn't be doing any business with us. So let's kind of just roll into it here. I thought the very first episode, I thought it'd be interesting to explain to everybody what we do at Diesel Laptops on a weekly basis, because there is a lot of stuff going on here at the company. And even to back up one further step, Diesel Laptops in general, I'm talking about heavy duty truck repair facilities, both on highway and off highway. So if you're working on trucks, whether you're an independent garage, a mobile guy, someone doing some side hustle work, trying to go out there and grow a business, or your big dealership organization, we work with everybody and have a lot of solutions for those things. So let's just kind of get right into the meat of what we got going on at Diesel Laptops and what an average week looks like here. I am the CEO and founder of the company. I started this company really about 6 or 7 years ago, part-time, while I was working for somebody else. I never expected it to get so big so fast. I really quit my job it'll be 5 years coming up here in February, March of 2020. So when I first started the company, it was really easy. I'm just trying to sell diagnostic tools to people to help fix their problems. As we've expanded now, we offer all kinds of platforms, both internet-based, web-based, mobile apps. We have training classes. We do parts information. We do diagnostic tools. We do have a live call center. We do all kinds of stuff. So there's just a lot of stuff going on that I don't think really translates real quick to anybody out there if they're not really here seeing what we do. As contact information, if you ever want to contact anybody on the show, just feel free to email thedl@diesellaptops.com. Be more than happy to talk to you and interview for the show and just explain what we have going on here. So the week in review at Diesel Laptops. What did we do this week? So number one, I am the CEO. We have about 140-ish employees. And I personally want to make sure I get to know all the employees. I think it's really awkward walking around our building. We run into people we don't know all the time. They don't know who I am. I don't know who they are. So what I try to do with every new employee coming in, I try to sit down with them for 30 minutes and just get to know them. I just ask them a lot of questions. Who are you? How'd you find out about us? Tell me about your family. Tell me about your hobbies. What are your aspirations in life? And just try to have that conversation with the employees. I want them to know who I am, and I, more than anything, want to know who they are. I think it just really helps kind of with what we're trying to do here at Diesel Laptops. So that's number one. Number two, and this is where Jeff comes into play here, we launched a new platform last week called trucklabortimes.com. And I have to say, I didn't even recognize Jeff. I've known you for a couple of years. I'm pretty sure I've never seen you without a hat on, man. So welcome to the show, Jeff.
Thank you, Tyler. Good morning, everyone.
So, Jeff, why don't we do this? Why don't you tell everyone your background a little bit? Because I think it's important for people to understand we have a lot of people here at the company that have quite a bit of experience. So I think you're kind of a testament to the type of employees that we look for here at Diesel Laptop.
Sure.
So let's talk about you for a little bit. Where
Sure.
do you come from? What's your history?
Born and raised in New York City until about 2001. I moved to South Carolina. Started off as a auto mechanic for Cadillac. Went to a trade school and did that for close to 15 years. After that, I got into heavy duty truck repair. And in between that, also motorcycles too. I worked for a couple of motorcycle dealers. I was factory trained. When I came to South Carolina, I went to work for a Navistar dealer. Started off in parts, worked my way up through warranty, then shop foreman for the shop, and then finally service manager.
So we used to work together, right?
Yes,
at our previous
Yep.
employer. So
Mhm.
I got to know you working side by side with you for a little bit. And when you were there, you were doing all the warranty filings
Yes.
Across the dealership group.
Mm-hmm.
But then you became service manager, I believe, after that, right?
No, I became foreman after
Foreman,
that.
okay.
I became foreman. I did that for about 8 months, and I got made service manager of the Charleston location.
Yep.
I did that for a couple of years, and then I was transferred into the Columbia location, and I was service manager there.
So how many guys do you have working underneath you as service manager?
At one time, about 32.
Yep.
Two shifts.
Yeah. So how do you manage 32 people and hundreds of repair orders every month, and all the things going on there, parts and service labor and making sure people pay their bills and all those things? How do you do that?
Truthfully, Tyler, it was picking the right people to work with me.
Yeah.
Training them correctly. You can't do it all on your own, but it was probably almost a 24-hour job, believe it or not. I used to go home and continue working, coding warranty work, doing payroll. It was a lot of work.
So I was a service manager for a couple of years as well. So I know the grind that you go through.
Mm-hmm.
Is it safe to say at this point you have looked through easily tens of thousands of repair orders over the years?
Most definitely.
Right?
Most definitely.
So you understand what it takes to successfully complete a repair on a vehicle.
Most definitely.
Right? So what is your role here at Diesel Laptops? What do we have you in charge of?
I'm in charge of truck labor time, and I go through labor times and make sure they're correct, get them ready for, posting, uploading them.
Yep. So we just launched last week, trucklabortimes.com.
Mm-hmm.
It's the new model, the new age, the freemium model where you get 2 or 3 free lookups a month, and then you have to pay a fee. And we price this thing at $10 a month.
Yep.
Right. So for $10 a month, people can go on there, look up any possible labor operation they want. Right now, I think it's safe to say we have medium and heavy duty diesel engines covered, right?
We do.
Engines, transmissions, complete trucks,
brakes.
Brakes. I mean, there's literally tens of thousands of labor operations covering those. But I know you're also working on more modules behind the scenes, right?
This is the exciting part. What we're going to be releasing in the future is a estimating system, one that you can actually print out and give to your customer. And the great part about it, it's going to be built by people who've worked in shops, have earned their bootstraps.
Yep.
So, it's going to be pretty exciting.
So today we have a website that people can go on and they can look up those labor ops either for free or pay $10 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Coming down the pipeline, we have an Android app, we have an iOS app.
Yep.
We have the new paid version will allow people to do complete estimates, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shop labor rate, sales tax, add parts to it.
Yep.
Email it directly to the customer. And, I already have a bunch of ideas too on getting like customer approvals through text messages and all those kinds of cool things I think we can do nowadays. So I know there's a lot of stuff there going in the background. So I think it's an important thing people need to realize about our company is although we launch something one day, it's pretty much upgraded. Like, well, how often are you adding? You also do Vindicoding, right?
I also do Vindicoding too.
Right. So you're in charge of that platform. How often are we doing updates to the databases behind the scenes for these programs?
At least once a month. Once a month for sure.
Yep.
I just released 400 new VINs. So now our Vindicoder actually has automotive in it. It has motorcycle. It has Class 8 trailers. It has dump trailers.
Yep. And when you say 400 VINs, you're not talking about one complete 17-digit VIN number. You're talking about 400 make, model, configurations, right?
That's correct.
So we already have great coverage there on the truck.
Mm-hmm.
But the again, behind the scenes plan, the thing that the general public doesn't see is you have a team working in the background on, like you just said, adding automotive coverage, adding equipment, adding trailer. Because at the end of the day, you're able to see every unsuccessful Vindicode. And I can tell you guys, when you unsuccessfully Vindicode something, Jeff sees it. And that's kind of Jeff's indication, hey, we need to cover that. So he's doing a lot of things behind the scenes. We're going to have a lot more information coming out, but I thought it'd be pretty cool for everyone to meet kind of one of the people behind the scenes that's working on this stuff. It's someone that's worked at truck dealerships. He understands how they work. He understands how the repair process works. And we're just trying to make nice, easy to use, inexpensive solutions for people to run and manage their business more efficiently at the end of the day. So Jeff, great. Thank you for being on here.
Thank you, Tyler.
Just want to talk a little bit about that. We'll be interested in a lot more employees as we go through. But there was some other things we did last week as well. So besides me sitting through, talking to a bunch of new employees, getting to know them, we launched our new platform. And by the way, guys, launching a new platform isn't just, here's the website, put it out. It's interfacing with the accounting team. It's interfacing with the marketing team, the sales team, the tech support team, and all these other areas of our company that need to get on the same page when a new product gets released. So we did a great job with that. I can tell you guys there's another platform coming out here really soon. I don't want to spoil the surprise on what it is. But there's at least one more platform in 2019 that we're coming out with, and we already have more lined up for 2020. So we're building all that out. The rest of my week was really interesting. So I'm gonna tell you guys a quick little story. 3 years ago, this is when we were small, right? 10, 15 employees, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I'm sitting there and I took a sales call because I did a lot of sales calls back then. And I got a sales call from a very large company, all right? So this company, when I talk about large companies, there's billion-dollar companies in revenue, and then there's billions of dollar companies in revenue. And this is one of those companies. And this has been a long road through multiple trial periods and testing and pilot programs and everything. And I was probably the most nervous I've ever been over any meeting. I shouldn't say nervous. I should say excited. Basically, they brought a whole entourage here, and I'm talking senior vice presidents, senior VPs, VPs. They're experts in their different departments, such as IT and procurement and all these other departments. And I basically had to give a presentation to all these people. Their concern is diesel laptops capable of handling our business? They weren't sure if we had enough production people, if we had enough tech support people, if we could handle the volume that they were talking about. And they mentioned this about 10 times in all the pre-meetings. So we finally go into this big meeting. I have this great PowerPoint I've been working on for a week. And at the end of the meeting, at the end of the day, the question no longer is, I think, if this thing's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen and how it's going to happen. So for us, that customer, I asked them at the end, like, are you confident diesel laptops can handle your business? And they said, absolutely. Our biggest concern now is making sure our company can handle the rollout strategy with putting such a big project in front of our company. So it was pretty cool to get a company coming in here, literally in the billions of dollars of revenue, saying, we want to work with diesel laptops. Let's make this happen. It's important to us. So I can't say the name of the company. I can't say who it is. We're under NDAs and all that stuff. Just that it was, for me, probably the biggest, most important meeting I've ever been in through when dealing with clients. So it's really cool to see this thing and how the company's progressing. And hopefully once this deal, the ink gets dry, we can kind of tell everyone who it is and what we're doing there and why it's such a big deal to diesel laptops. But we're really excited about it. Other things we did last week, this sounds super boring to most people. And I call it strat planning or strategic planning. So previous to this point with diesel laptops, we've made decisions, just shoot from the hip. Let's just make our best guess effort on what we think we should do. We had no real data or analytics to back anything up. So I have a lot of departments, like we were just talking to Jeff over here. We had no idea, what does it cost to make one module of labor times for a Freightliner? We had no idea. And I know that sounds silly, but you have so many people from so many different departments. And there's a lot of overhead that goes into creating all that, and with software engineers on the back end and data entry people and research people and marketing people. So we were never able to figure those things out. But as a company now, we started that process 6 months ago, and we have a real good idea by department what it costs to make something. What do I put in? What do I get out? Because that's important now as we grow as a company to figure out where do we allocate our resources. If I go shove $100,000 in development costs to Jeff's department, what do I get for that? And those are things I've never really been able to do before as a business owner and us as a business. So strategic planning, and literally, this is not a one-day thing. We spent one day, me and the vice presidents in a conference room, just talking about the general market and getting them up to speed, because I have vice presidents here who have not been in the industry. I have another vice president that has, but our software engineering VP and our VP of HR, they haven't. So they're learning the industry as we go as well. And this is a process that'll probably take us 6 months to figure out. As a company, we have a 3-year goal. I set that one. That one was easy. Now, all the employees like Jeff and the other people you're going to meet, they need to figure out how we're going to get there. So they have their work cut out from them, very much so, to do that. So as our strategic plan unfolds, I'll definitely be sharing that with everybody as well. I'm a pretty transparent, open guy, even though I know, hey, that may hurt me, maybe some competitors, maybe not, but it is who I am. The other thing that really happened last week is we had a really long meeting, and I'm really contemplating outsourcing all of our receivables. So yes, that's right. I'm not talking about factoring here. I'm talking about completely outsourcing receivables, where another company actually does everything from the credit application check to setting that customer up, to collecting the money, dealing with the collections process, the whole 9 yards. As a company, I've learned we're really good at a couple things, and that's sales, marketing, new products, putting solutions out there. But we have not been good on some of the other things. And the accounting, and especially accounts receivable side's really been struggling with us in terms of just getting this process nailed down. And I think a lot of that's a function of us growing so fast, so quick. But we try to make the best decisions as we can as a company. So I will actually be doing another interview with the company we're talking to. We haven't done business with them yet. I'm leaning that way. We'll see where it goes. And time will tell. But in a sense, hopefully, you guys got a little bit of a glimpse of who Diesel Laptops is and what we're doing here through this first episode. And again, if you want to contact us at all to be on the show, if you work for a manufacturer, or you're a customer, or you're in the industry in any shape or form, love to do an interview with you, either here in person, we can do them on the phone. Just email us at thedl@diesellaptops.com. It'd be great to have a conversation with you. We have a whole team here behind the scenes that's working on this whole platform from our marketing side. So there you go. Episode number 1 in the books. I really appreciate your time listening to this or watching this across some platforms. And we have a bunch more episodes lined up. Look forward to doing them with you.